Hello guys, it's Tiny Tank, and today we will be looking at the questions 6 to 12 for the Junior Mathematical Challenge of 2019. So, the sixth question asks us which of these numbers is closest to 7. So, what I would do is that I would find the actual difference between 7 and the options. So in the first question, in the first option, the difference is 0.09. In the second option, it's 0.082. In the third, which is C, 0.17. In the fourth, 0.3, and for E it's 0.085. So these are all the differences to 7. So we want to find the smallest number. So these two wouldn't be included because they're way too big, because they have a tens place. So 0.082 is our answer. So that's B. For the seventh question, 2.06 meters. Let's just make 2.06 into 2 meters, and 7821 kilometers into 8,000 kilometers. So that becomes 8 million meters over 2 meters, which equals to 4 million. So the answer is A. Now for the ninth question, it's an angle question, and it might seem a bit confusing. In order to solve this, we need to find out what this angle is. And then, so angle SPQ. And then we need that to minus angle, so this small angle, both sides, angle SPF and minus GPQ. So remember, it's a rhombus, and quadrilaterals all have internal angle. The area of the internal angles is always 360 degrees. So if we take that and minus 240, it equals to 120. And because it's a rhombus, SPQ, so this large angle here, would be the same as FRG, so this angle here. So we get 120. That is for both of them. So if we split this in half, we would get 60, which is our new answer, which is SPQ. So we have 60 minus SPF and 6 and GPQ. SPF would be 180 because it's in triangle degrees, minus 35 degrees and also 120 degrees. So the answer would be 25, and it's the same with GPQ. So we take 180 degrees. Oh, it's actually the same as SPF. So we do 60 minus 50 degrees, which is both of them. And we get 10 degrees, which is our answer. So it's A. we can do, we would know 50% of 18.3. So that would be half. So a half equals 50%. So that would be half. So it would be 9.15 is 50%. And also 18.3% of 50 can be done by making 18.3 a decimal number. So we get, because it's 8%, so we move 2 places, which means that the new number is 0.183, and we use that to multiply 50. So let's ignore the decimal places first. So 3 times 5 is 15, and 5 times 15, and you write 5 and put 1, and 5 times 8 is 40, so it's 41, and 5 times 1 is 5, and you add to 9. So the answer is 915. But we need to put 3 decimal places, and we forgot the 0 here. So the answer becomes 9.15. So 9.15 doubled, because we need that answer and that answer, equals 18.3, which is B. Next question. It asks, what is the last digit of the smallest positive integer whose digits add to 2019? The smallest positive integer needs the least number of digits. So we can do this by including as many 9s as we can in the final number. So we do 2019 divided by 9, which is so we get 2 here, 200 and something. So we get 224.33333. So we need the smaller number. We can round it to, so it's 224. So let's try 224 multiplied by 9. So we get 4 times 9 equals 36, we write 3. 2 times 9 equals 18, we write 18 plus 3 equals 21, we write 1. And 2 times 9 equals 18. We get 20, and we write 0 and 2. So we get 2006, but we need a 3. So the answer would be 224 9s and a 3. But we need to order it so that the 3 becomes the first number to make it the smallest, and then the 999, it keeps on going up onto the 224th 9. So the last digit would still be 9. So the answer is E. The next question is about a game. So at each turn, each player writes 1 or 2 or 3 in an empty circle. So they start with this diagram, and we are told that in each of the 5 diagrams, it's Y's turn, and it asks us in which diagram Y's move can ensure that X loses the game. So the really important thing about this is that there's a line over here which changes quite a lot of things. And so if you have, for example, let's say 1, 2 and 3, so those are in circles. Yes, excuse me for my bad drawing, but if we had that, then X would lose if he only could place there, because there would be quite a lot of other, because that line makes it simpler to make the other player lose, if you know what I mean, because more lines come to it. So we need to find an option in which that space is left for X to put. So B and C are cancelled out directly. So we have A and D and E left. We also need to make sure that X loses the game, so it's Y's turn, so that X can't put anything else. So let's try A first. So if Y put 3 here in that box, then it wouldn't work because X could put 3 there. And so was 3 here. So it wouldn't work, so A is cancelled out too. And D, and it's between D and E. If we do D first, actually, Y can put 3 here, which makes sure that X can't put 3 or 2 or 1 here. So that makes sure that he loses. So X can't place. So X lost. But so that might win. That's a solution. Or let's try E. So if Y places, for example, 2, then it would only restrict X from placing 1 or 2, so X could place 3, so X wouldn't lose. But just think of it, because you need 3 to make sure X can't place there, but 3 is already used here, so Y can't place 3 in that box. So this can't be 3, so it needs to be 2 or 1, which is already restricted, so this one won't work too. So the answer is the only working option, which is D. In the last question we're going to do today, Jamal writes down a sequence of 6 integers, and the rule is after first 3 terms, each term is the sum of the previous 3 terms. So this question looks a bit tricky, but actually isn't, because what makes 25 is 13 plus 8 plus this number, so that number must be 20. So 25 minus 8 minus 13, which equals 4. So that number must be 4. And also, what makes 13 is 8 and 4 and something else. So it's this number. So 13 minus 4 minus 8 equals 1. So the answer is 1 here. And also what makes 8 is 4 and 1 and this number. So it's 8 minus 4 minus 1 equals 3. So the number here is 3. And it asks what is his first term. So we can get that the first term is 3 here. So the answer is D, which is 3. Thank you for listening.